Hey, I'm addressing this subject, and I like to be thorough, and I believe in being thorough and complete in everything I say. I haven't got my rest. I worked 10 hours last night, and it shows. It is what it is, okay? But when you adjust stuff when it comes to your mind, you may never get a chance again. The spirits and the gods tell you, deal with it now, okay? Then get your rest. That's why I'm dealing with it. It's overdue, okay? This is what I want to talk about also. You want to talk about pieces of meat, and you want to talk about women and the difference between the two. Regal Royal Wallace has on-hand, literal, 55 plus and a half years experience dealing with pieces of meat and women. I worked for Acme Markets. That is a subsidiary of Albertsons, a nationwide chain of supermarket companies that have subdivisions all over and up and down the United States, from east to west coast, okay? I worked for Acme, 30 plus different stores, meat manager, meat cutter. I managed meat probably close to 15 years altogether. I was a meat cutter starting in 1997 as an apprentice, and I didn't retire till 2020. So I cut meat for 23 years, full time, okay? 23 years, okay? And I managed probably at least 10, okay? So you can't tell me I don't know the difference, okay? I've been a lover, okay? A lot of people don't know it, but there was a time I was actually in the sex industry when I was younger, and I did Swedish erotica, and I did sex films with some very notable people, which I will not mention, okay? Females, only straight porn, okay? And I was of note long time ago. My films, because they were interracial, were not shown in the States, okay? They were basically banned, okay? And I was able to date girls that were white, okay? Hold on. Turn my call off. Give me a second. But this is the point I want to make, okay? I've been married twice. I've had girlfriends. I've had trysts, okay? I've had lovers, okay? I know the difference between a piece of meat and a woman. So I'm not talking, when I do those posts, it's not an abstract, theoretical, hypothetical. It's not a blind leap of faith into a dark abyss. It's not a quantum leap of faith. I have lived the life to back up what I say, okay? I've never had a woman complain about me looking at her, talking to her, or treating her like a piece of meat, okay? So once again, I have lived what I'm doing. Crux verba, crux retos, okay? And I can speak, like I said, and the other thing is this, as surely as you look at this is a statement of how I feel about women. You don't see a piece of meat up there. You don't see a prime rib steak, okay? You see a woman idol. That's what you see, okay? And you don't see a shattered idol. You see icon. That's why, like I said, that's why I said that's what I say about Scarlett Johansson. That's her, okay? And you see, that's not a piece of meat. That's a teaching lesson that's how you treat women, okay? Off the bat, if you don't know from a can of paint, that's how you treat her, okay? If you don't know her from a piece of meat, that's how you treat her, okay? Your eyes should tell you that, okay? Like I said, prime rib steaks get better treatment than Scarlett Johansson and most beautiful women, man. Something's wrong with you dudes, okay? And the worst part is, there's so much high-level scumbags and dirtbags that are clueless a-holes from generations of a-holes, that when someone like me that treats women like humans, and that in the meat cutting industry, I basically lived it. I used to have to cut thousands of pieces of meat a day. Steaks, chops, pork, lamb. I'll put it this way. There are actually small and scriptural and emotional parallels between meat and women. But the problem is the nasty dehumanization factor that food doesn't have to live with. That's the perversity of what Scarlett Johansson and women like her have to deal with. That's perverse. Okay? That, like I said, you see a prime rib steak, the men would to die for it. It's beautiful. Oh, I love it. It doesn't have to deal with all the nasty perversion she deals with, you know? And that's really effed up. That's the point I'm making. And that's really not funny. I find that the biggest problem I've had with men, and the biggest reason I don't have a whole lot of men friends, there is a cusp and a failure in their sincerity, where everything they feel about women is at point exhibit A. You're better than me. But down the line, you fail and it's as if you tail off and go twice dead. And in the end, you're laughing in her face, and you're contumelious and completely derogatory inwardly toward her, and you act like I found out about you, but that you found out about is you, not her. That you're a fraud. That you just basically skitzed in a slow burn. It's a slow burn, skits, oscillation, and shame. Okay? So you choose to be an absolute phony, and then you just burn out on being phony. So when you come down to earth with your girl, or your wife, or whoever in society, and you can't pretend no more, and the real lout comes out, all you do is blame her. You hoist her up, like I talked about the colon hoist. You hang her up to an open shame and say, see, it's all her fault. This is because she's such an that, okay? This is what men do to women. Women do it as well, but once again, it's because we men as a society have forced women to that. If we men as a whole kept our stance, so women would follow. That's what I talk about, the hoist and then the name Joist, okay? It's a curse in his name, okay? A curse name, okay? But once again, that's what I'm talking about. My posts discuss the difference. She's not a piece of meat. Women are not pieces of meat. And the problem when you treat a woman like a piece of meat, with just flipping, you don't act like she has a will. You act like you can just grab her, flip her around, toss her around. She has no emotions. She's just an inanimate object. This is what Scarlett Johansson is talking about. This is a thrust of feminism. Feminism is a lot like self-initiated female chivalry because she's in a completely chauvinistic mind control state. America is a chauvinistic mind control state, okay? It is such an embed that it's the reason why Reginald Ware Wallace, even though he should be on top, because of my open stance for women like her, I'm a million miles away because the creeps run the show. So she has to be up top with the creeps. So down at the bottom, I'm at the bottom because I'm disenfranchised because I won't put up with watching women like her get treated. So if I get upset like you should, a human reaction in America in this creepy dominant is they'll call you a 302. They will involuntarily commit you to a mental institution for showing a human reaction to seeing a woman like Scarlett Johansson get treated like a piece of meat. That's the problem with America. You rulers created this problem. And that's the fraudulent, once again, of how you treat your white women that you claim are so sacrosanct that I can't touch them. Okay? And this is a prime problem for you white men, that you're fucking phonies. You're fucking creeps. And the way she gets treated at the top, where you are holier than thou white men rule, shows you're absolute phonies. Okay? It's a smoking gun that me, who would condemn the creepiness, you backed out, you blocked me out from Jump Street. That's why I'm down on the bottom. Because I'll bust your fucking balls. So I'm the fucking wacko. Okay? Because I got a problem with you treating your women you claim sacrosanct for me like shit at the top. Okay? At the top, and this the fucked up part is, I watch her during the Disney scandal, she looked weirded out. Why? Because you assholes, when that shit happened, constantly put these white women on top of the world and treat them like the scum of the earth. It's the most absolute schizoid shit you've ever fucking seen. But that's what you white jackasses do in this country, in this creepy, chauvinistic mind control. So that's why I'm pointing the finger right at you white men. It's your fault, your fault, your fault that your women you claim are greater than God, get treated like piece of meat. It's because it's you, and you're a fucking creepy, fucking chauvinistic scumbag fucking phony. Okay? She should be treated like this. She should never have to complain. It's a smoking gun against you fake ass, creepy, nasty ass white men, not me. Okay? And that's why I'm on the bottom and she's on the top, so y'all can dog her out and there's no one like me there to speak up. Because that's the way you want this shit. Okay? Schizoid, fucked up, creepy, chauvinistic, white male dominated mind control state.